Okay, still got to take the starter solenoid off, but I'm going to take all this stuff, all these outer covers off here, drain the oil into here, let it drain while I work on that. I don't know, I might pull the whole thing out, we'll see, but I'm going to at least pull this top cover off and clean that all up. And then we're going to convert this 5-speed. This is the old style 5-speed with the lever in it. The new one, the cable comes in from below, not above. And it's a ball bearing. It's a smooth transition. And it's a nice gear reduction, so it doesn't pull on your hand. A lot easier to pull. So we're going to be getting rid of these two covers and throw out. I'm just not sure if the push rod is going to be the same length or not. I don't know about that. I know watching some videos in the past, the Tetro Machine, he did one where he actually put the kickstart one in, and it's a different throw out. It's a longer throw out. There's like 3 different sizes of throw out rods. So hopefully I can reuse the same one. I can always put a shaft in there, adapter or something there. Look at that, nice, clean, fresh oil. Went down to the end of the street and back. I'll keep all this stuff. But here's that fork. This is the little fork everybody's talking about right here, and they say keep a spare one in your backpack and an Allen wrench because you can change it on the road. But that's what breaks right there. And you can see the wear on that already. There's wear in there already. That's crazy. Okay. There's the push rod right there. There's a little, they got a little thrust washer in there just to try to make it even easier for it. Thrust washers, 2 spacers. I don't think I need that in the new one. And I think I gotta take the starter motor off, unless I can move this out of the way. Battery's disconnected. Different size there. Where's my sockets? Huh. That was it. Oh, that is it there, yeah. I've got it in 5th gear. Hopefully I can spin. I'm going to spin these 2 nuts off right now. Oh, come on. There's a little lock on this one, and sure enough it popped into the bubble. Okay, see if we can get these off. It's coming. There's a little washer on there too, a little spacer. This is pretty noisy. Half inch for that. Oh. I'm sure I'm going to have to do something with this. Maybe I can unbolt it from inside here. Yeah, that's all part of this bracket here, so I'm going to have to take that off. And it's at 3/8. Yeah, 3/8. The stud came out with that one. Didn't really want that. I'm going to get a wrench on here and take that off. Like that. That goes like that. There's the lock washer. I'm not going to impact that in there. Just snug. Hopefully it doesn't bind on anything. Okay, let me zip out the rest of these. This one's a different size, these three. I'm just making note on the camera here. These ones are rounded over, and this one is a regular Allen head, but this might have been a part before. Maybe somebody's screwed this up at one time. Okay, we got these 3 sockets here. There's my one. These ones always seem to strip out. They're so shallow. Be nice to replace that if I've got one. Yeah, hard to believe there's 2 different ones here at the top. Unless somebody's had this apart before. Okay, the same one. There. Found it. Let's just say my dog took it. Anyways, let's see. Hopefully this pulls off out of this here and I don't need to put a puller on it or something. Guys have said you should be able to get this cover off just like that. So There's a pry point right here I can feel. And I could tap it there. Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun. What is this one here? I don't know what this one's done. This is like, well, let's get the new one out. Have a look at the new one. This one isn't even threaded, whatever that is. I have no idea what that is. And this one's not going to have the mount for that. I'm probably going to have to tap this out, thread it, and make a mount for that side, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to have to do there, because that's not going to work. First, let me get this one off. I don't know what that does. Let's take it out anyways. It's coming out with the cover, so. Holy. There's absolutely nothing. It's just a blank hole in behind it. But if I tighten this, that might help push this off. Maybe that's for getting the cover off. Clean the threads up. Yeah, that's gonna be too tight. Coming. At least have one person tapping, while the other put some weight with my chest against this thing. Put some weight on here. Give her a little tap. Just a little tap, tap, tap. Just Step. Don't want to pry there too much. I think I'm going to try tapping on these shafts back in a little bit. So a bit of pry pressure. No, that's not. That one might be. Looks like there is a little notch in here to pry from there. Unless somebody's done that before, but there's a notch there. Yeah, put the nuts back on. Put the nuts back on, and when I was putting pressure on, I gave them a few taps, and this one finally, I think this one's broken free here, so. But it's on there pretty good. I think the dowels on it are rusty. It's just stuck on that shaft there. Still kind of stuck on there. It's just about clear though. See, that one's going back in. Okay, let me try this one again. It'd be nice if there was a spacer there. I'm not too worried about if I have to scratch this cover up if I pry this way, because I'm replacing that cover, so sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. It's moving. Oh, she's on there good. Yeah, it's this shaft here. This one's moving pretty good. That's loose. Oh, I can't hit that. All right, I'm gonna wipe the grease piece off here. Might have to make a gasket. I don't think, probably got that thing to come off anyways, but probably have to make a gasket. It was stuck on here. This one was fairly loose. That one could come off, but it was this one it was stuck on. And the dowels are really rusty. These two dowels here. This one and this one. This one's really rusty. So I'm going to clean that up. I'm going to clean the gasket surfaces up here. And I'm probably going to have to make a gasket because I don't think I got one. No, I can make a gasket. Okay, let me get this all cleaned up. Let's just see how this fits. The holes are going to line up and dowel pins and everything. Looks like everything's going to line up. All the holes. I'm just going to have to make an adapter. I should probably tap this one out right now. Tap that hole out. And there. And I'm going to have to make it. Put a spacer in there. Maybe another plate. Maybe bend that thing down a little bit. But I may as well tap that out now. That's where the dowel pin's going to go. I can't use that. I'm going to have to do it off of one of these two holes, probably this one. I'll make some kind of, this is pretty solid, but there's some kind of support here, so I'll have to make something. Okay, I'm going to make a gasket for this. You can see there was a pry point there. Same with the old cover. You can see there's a little notch. There's a little pry point there and a little pry point here. Yeah, I think you can see that. And right there, you gotta pry it. You gotta pry that sucker to get it off. I haven't done any really damage to this. Little nick right there on the top, but nothing to the gasket surface anywhere. Probably did a little bit on the other cover because frig, I couldn't get it off. I'm going to sand these down right now so it goes on easier. Just going to pull. I'm going to pull a solenoid out, but there's a little spring clip on here. Push it in. Find the slot. Shoot out, hit her right in the face probably. Okay, I gotta grab a little needle nose pliers. Might hit you guys in the face. Push that in. There's a little clip. There's a little pin. Come on. It's going to push it through. It's going to fall down here. See if I can catch it. It's Harley tool number 307. There it goes. I didn't see where the little pin went, but there it is. It's just a little tiny wee pin like that. Holds kind of like on your rear brakes on a vehicle. Should pull right through now. Just undo these 2 bolts on the other side. See this cover here? It's somebody's tried to paint it, so I'm gonna take that all off, clean up all the paint, overspray paint, clean that all right off. But now I gotta take this off here. I've got this big long mother of all creatures, large and small. That's 1/2 inches, 7/16. And there. Cable in the way there. Where's my... Might have to take this cable off. Still rolling. All right, let's see, where's my 1/2 wrench? Or at least loosen it. 7/16. Get it right out of the way. These 2 together there. Big jigsaw puzzle. Let's take this off here. This one's off here. Wow, this is the crankcase breather hose. The crankcase, or the transmission or gearbox vent hose. Let me just get that over there. Get this all out of the way here. There. Got it all on film, so should be able to remember how it all goes. Jammed into the frame. Okay. I need to keep these ones separate. Okay, there's that one. They're different sizes too, so just put that there, put that there. One, two, three. There. in there. So really 4 of them are the same and 1 long one at the back. Oh, I hope I can get that off. That bolt there on the starter motor is going to hold me up. I got to take that one off now. I just had that. Quicker. Sometimes it's just quicker to use a tool. I don't know where that went. That gasket came off in one piece, so I'm just going to re-goop that. Let me take this hose off. This was loose. Clamp is loose. There. And, kind of look at the grooves in here for any bad wear. Like I say, I don't think there's very many miles on it. The teeth on these gears look like brand new. They look mint. And I'll get my light, but those ones look pretty good too. Where's my light? The real check is the shifter forks, but I'm not going to get into it that far. They all look really good. Except for, let me check that out. I thought that gear back in there was pointy, but there was just a big drip of oil on it, because they're all nice and square, all those gears. That looks good. Okay, I'm going to clean this cover up really good, and then all this grease back in here, I'm going to brake clean it once I get that cover put back on, and try to clean that out as best I can, all this grease, but I got to have this cover on. I got to protect the belt, and then I'll try to get this paint off here with some lacquer thinner. First the top cover, I'm going to get that done first. That's crazy. Somebody must have tried, maybe this was like polished and that paint just isn't sticking to it at all. I was expecting it's going to have to use paint stripper. That's just washing off. Nice. don't want to scratch it now. There we go. That cleaned up really good, really quick too. That was only 15 minutes, buffed it up and everything. Okay. These two holes here were for the clutch cable bracket, and they were bolted in with these chrome bolts. So I'm just going to put a washer on each of them so they can bottom out and leave them in there just to fill those holes in. Okay, that's that. Now I'm just going to prepare that gasket. I got it all off in one piece. I don't have a spare one, so I'm going to reuse it. Wherever I put it, it was there. Every time I bump that, it goes off. Didn't used to do that. Okay, it goes this way, I believe. Like that. Get this off my hands. It looks a little better. This one goes here. I gotta clean these bolts up. Where's my ratchet? Same size bolt on the top of the Harley engine, so I think it's like 90 to 120 inch-pounds, so 8 to 10 pounds, 8 to 10 pounds pressure. that. Okay. I don't think I'm going to clean this off in here until I get this all bolted up together tight, because I don't want spray and shit getting in there. But I'm going to put that bolt back in for the starter motor right here. Got rid of the little worm gear clamp on the transmission vent hose right here, and put on a fuel injection clamp, high pressure clamp. And this was all pretty loose before, it was barely on there, so doesn't matter that much, you know, it's gonna leak a little bit of oil. That's on there good and tight. That just tucks around the starter motor down there. And oh, I gotta hose that all off in there. Goes in front of the swing arm, but there we go down there. See if I can get it down here somewhere. Okay, like that. Is that the one there? Yep, that one. Okay, like that. Okay. Okay, I just gotta make this gasket now. Maybe like that. It leaves me a little bit of stuff left over. Maybe like that. No, like that. Okay, let me trace that out. The lighting in my garage is terrible. It's glare. Like there's just a lot of glare. I'm wondering if my punch hole thing will fit right through there. This is too small of a hole, but it'll mark all the holes exactly where they gotta go. And then I'll use my bigger hole punch later. Oh, that one's perfectly on the registration mark, so I couldn't see it. I thought I must have missed one. Anyway, let's see here. Got all different sizes in here. I know there's two different size of holes, but I'm just going to go with the little bit bigger one. Get a piece of hardwood. Pretty good. Pretty damn close. Okay. Could use a little bit of this red stuff here too. I'm going to need it on there anyway, so let's try it. I missed one hole. If I got this right. Maybe I'm not holding this right. Yeah. This way. not perfect. This piece doesn't matter here. Cut that out. That screw that was in the other cover, this is the pin for the drum for the shifter. So I guess you could, I don't know how you would press it out from the other side to get it out this way or vice versa, but where's my Allen head for that one? Get these all started, and all with a little bit of pressure on them, and slowly snug everything in at the same time. We should be, what am I shoe here? Should be good to go. Out here. Forgot to turn the camera back on, but I've been slowly working these bolts in. That's where the dowel pin is in there. A little piece of the paper there. I should try the transmission and see if that's gonna work all right. I don't know. Clean up all this goop everywhere. Trim that off. is like the same thing, it's just dissolving off of there. Just wiping right off. I just tried the transmission out, it works good. Okay, I'm gonna clean up some more here. I may as well take the solenoid right off and clean that up too. I got all this cleaned up in here pretty good. And then I'll start assembling the outer cover if I've got all the right parts. I don't know about this throw out here yet, I gotta figure that out. So yeah, I'm gonna take this off. Should probably put a clear coat on it. I'm just gonna wipe it off now with some lacquer thinner, clean it up. I'm gonna have to fast forward this video because this is gonna be a long video. The ground is fastened to the back of this starter solenoid, and I'm gonna bolt this in first, or put it in there. And then I'm going to clean up all of the surfaces here on the positive and negative wires. This is a good chance to do it right now. Pretty sure that was these two. I'm going to clean these two bolts up. I'm gonna have to make this in 2 videos. It's an hour long right now, so this is gonna be part 1, and part 2 tomorrow. We'll figure out if I gotta buy a new push rod there, throw it push rod. That's it for today. Cheers.